In this video, we'll be looking at an overview of eBeam Scrapbook. Once we open eBeam Scrapbook, the first thing you'll notice is the desktop palette changes to the Scrapbook palette. This is the view you will get when you open eBeam Scrapbook for the first time. It's broken up into a number of different sections, and let's have a look at them. We have Toolbar 1, Toolbar 2, we have our thumbnails down the side, and we have our gallery on the right hand side. And in the middle is our main section, the work area where everything happens. If we have a closer look at Toolbar 1, you'll see that that looks similar to other softwares that you have used. For example, Microsoft Office. If I were to click on File, you'd find a lot of the common features that you know of: New, Open, Save, and Print. Edit would be cut, paste. View, the different views we get. Page looks at how we can insert a lot of things and delete them. Meetings we will cover in a different video. And Help. If you click on F1 or even on Contents, here is eBeam Education Suite's extra little bit of help. Toolbar 2 looks at the function icons, which help with the software. Let's run through them quickly. The first icon is Page and Thumbnail View. That's what we're currently in, so I can see my page where I'm going to work, and I can see the thumbnails down the side. If I wanted to just look at the thumbnails, I could click on there. And here we can go rearrange the thumbnails and delete them if we want. The third icon is the page view. So that shows only the page, no thumbnails down the side. Some teachers prefer to use this so that the students cannot see what's coming. Our fourth icon is full screen. A lot of teachers will use this when they're confident with the software. You can see that the main toolbar stays there and my palette is still floating where I can access. So the ideal situation here is you have more space to use. And to close that, I simply go back to my fourth icon on Toolbar 2. My next icon is to add a new page. So if I go back to Page and Thumbnail View, you'll see I now have two pages. Duplicate page. This is grayed out. As soon as I add something to my page, I will be able to duplicate it. So now that I've added on a drawing, I'm able to go duplicate that page. We use the page duplication a lot for when we have different ways we can solve certain questions. So a maths question, for example, can be answered in 3 different ways. Instead of retyping that question, we can just duplicate the question 3 times and save ourselves some time. The next one is delete page. So that will delete a page that I've created. Are you sure? Yep. Clear page. If I want to get rid of everything on the page, I can do that quickly. And then I have my page controls. I can go all the way to the first page, or I can just go to the previous page. Likewise, if I'm on page 1, I can go to the next page, or I can go to the last page. The next 3 buttons involve undo, redo. Undo is a great button that you'll use over and over for when you make mistakes, especially when you're presenting your lesson. Instead of going and erasing, just simply undo and start again. If I am to select my drawing, the delete button is now highlighted and I can go and delete that object. This is our meeting buttons, and we will cover this at a later stage. This is our gallery. We can switch off our gallery, which gives us more space. We will be looking at gallery in its own video. We have a cover sheet. Once again, we'll be covering this in its own video. And then we have spotlight. And again, we will be covering this in its own video. And the last one, if you do have a document camera, you would activate it by clicking on this tool. With Toolbar 2, or the main toolbar, we are able to customize where we want it, either on the bottom or on the top. If we put it on the bottom, this will assist students or teachers that cannot reach the top of the board. So you still have access to your tools, they're just at the bottom. Once again, I can click on my icon and that will return it to the top. We are able to resize where our thumbnails are. So if you'd like to see a lot more detail on your thumbnails, you can make them bigger. Again, we can resize them if we don't need to have a lot more detail. That gives us more space on the work area. That leaves me with the work area. This is where we add all our text, our writing, our images, and our videos. This is where the lesson is conducted and presented, and where the children will come up and interact by dragging and dropping objects. Thank you for watching this video brought to you by the Technology Training Academy.